What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Dave B. You're watching the Esoteric Hustler Academy, and y'all know what we do here, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, today we're going to do a weekly house transit reading and tarot card pull, you know what I'm saying? But we pulling for the houses of Earth specifically. So that's your second, your sixth, and your 10th house. You know what I'm saying? And it's based upon your ascendant. So if you're a Scorpio ascendant, you're in the right place. Now, keep in mind that based upon your degree of ascendant, your houses might be different, you know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, there's going to be stuff in here that resonates, of course, but for the most part, if you need to, don't be afraid to jump to the other videos in order that with the proper house alignments in order to get those gems as well, you know what I'm saying? So for the most part, we're going to dive right in. Also, we're going to be dealing with house lords. So if you don't know how house lords work, basically it's taking your whatever house you have a sign, like you looking at a house, you take the sign and you find the ruling planet of that sign, and wherever that ruling planet is, you take the energy from that house and you incorporate it into the house you was originally looking at. So for the most part, if you let's say your first house lord, right, like, you know what I'm saying, first house for you is Scorpio, your house lord would be Mars. Let's say you got Mars in the 4th house. This is being more private, taking those 4th house principles and applying them to the first. So being more private when it comes to your personal people, places, and things in your life, you know what I'm saying? Or adding more of a sense of care to them type shit, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how you utilize this energy to your benefit. And with house lords, it's not like having an actual planet in the sign where there's a direct call to action and there's a direct influence from that. It's more like an enhancement or an attachment that you can utilize in order to gain more out of using a certain energy or harness the energy more. That's like what you do when you don't have a planet in a sign. You utilize the house lord in order to get a better grip on the energy and how to use it, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna dive right in with the house transits first, and then we're gonna pull cards for the second, 10th and 6th house in the conclusion card. But for the most part, going off the bat, you got Sagittarius in the 2nd house. So, off the bat, you got Venus here. So Venus is already giving you mad support when it comes to the things that you value, you know what I'm saying, or the things that you have to offer to the world, you know what I'm saying. You could be seeing a lot of support in this area, a lot of people showing love. On the other end, you could be overindulging or overly concerned about who's loving or liking your shit. So, try not to get lost in that. Try not to get lost in because the Venus energy can make us, lust after being approved, accepted, and, what's the right word? Validated, you know what I'm saying? Even though you a Scorpio rising, in your mind, I know, you know what I'm saying, because I'm a Scorpio rising too. I know how it is. Sometimes we pretend like we don't want to be validated. And for the most part, we don't need to be. But at the end of the day, with just Venus being in your 2nd house, you can start to value that, or start to, start to feel some kind of way if you don't see that support, you know what I'm saying? So try not to, try not to react in any kind of way if you're not getting the support you feel as though you deserve. But for the most part, I'm saying that shit but for the most part, yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. So Venus in the 2nd house, but on the positive end, it's like, and like I said, I want to clear that up, about being validated and shit. Scorpio risers really don't give a fuck about that, but on some level, you know what I'm saying, like I said, just with having the 2nd house, Venus in there, it's like sometimes, you can what you thought you valued, it could actually be shrouded in you just getting a lot of praise for that thing at one time. Ooh. Alright. Yeah. Out here playing beats and shit. But for the most part, yeah. Like I said, 2nd house Venus. When it does come to what you have to offer to the world, you know what I'm saying, you have a lot of creative energy there, you know what I'm saying. So, don't be afraid to go in when it comes to that kind of shit. But for the most part, I will say your 2nd house lord is in the 4th house. So being that your 2nd house lord is in the 4th house, this is being more private though when it comes to your gifts, you know what I'm saying. So like I said, it's making you creative in that area, but at the same time, it's a time to kind of be a little more private or connect more emotionally to whatever it is that you do value. So in the business sense, whatever it is that you got as a product or service, you know what I'm saying, make sure you pouring into it properly. See, there's times in which we got to take what we are doing and preparing to express Like before something is expressed, it got to go through the fourth house before it get to the fifth. In the fourth house, what's actually happening is you're initiating a feeling onto a certain idea. So the initiation of that feeling is you pouring into that idea, and whether you pour good water or bad water, that's based upon if it's a good emotion or a bad feelings that you're putting into whatever it is that you're getting ready and preparing to set the stage for. So with the house lord, with the second house lord and the fourth, that's kind of what you're doing when it comes to that product or service or whatever you're deciding to utilize it as an exchange for either monetary gain or whatever it may be, you know what I'm saying, aka what you value or what you have to offer, or you know what I'm saying, that Venus principle a lot of times is what in our business plays out as our product or our service. And so, you know, making sure that your product and service has the right emotions and feelings built, you know what I'm saying, back to supporting it, that's always gonna lead you to manifesting a lot faster or a lot more of the things that you actually want to see versus the things that you don't want to see. And we all know we only get what we deserve, but the deserving process is based upon the feelings that you was able to pour into it during the time that it was being set up, that it's still in the ether, still an idea, you know what I'm saying? So for the most part, just keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to your sixth house and what you need to be working on, a lot of, you got Chiron there, so a lot of mistakes going on with working, but those are good. You know, those are not always bad, because with the mistakes that you go through during your routine schedule and patterns, you're learning a more unique way to go about organizing your life. And so, you know, overall, those mistakes are going to lead to you having more wisdom and knowledge on how you want to structure and organize your life in order to manage it the best way, you know what I'm saying, in order to be able to handle all the details I think I said details is, but you know, all the details and nuance that go into just your day-to-day life. Chiron is going to put you through those mistakes in order for you to kind of correct it. And for the most part, your sixth house lord is in the 12th house. So for the most part, when it comes to what you need to work on and organize, is talking about your dreams, you know, taking the time to organize sometimes and put on a routine and schedule things that pertain to your dreams. And so, you know, those mistakes as far as you working on are going to help you learn how you can structure your life and organize it to where you can have more time for your dreams to actually succeed. You feel me? So that's kind of like that's actually a really beneficial type of situation you got going on there, or opportunity for a beneficial outcome, if you will. And then, of course, you got Leo in the 10th. And so with Leo in the 10th, this is having your 10th house lord in the 12th. And so, you know, because the sun is there in Libra. So for the most part, with your 10th house lord in the 12th, again, this is taking action on dreams. This is making dreams realistic, or this is, you know, more so broadcasting dreams, you know what I'm saying? More so broadcasting your dreams, or, you know, not being afraid at this time period to broadcast what it is that you be dreaming about. You know, hopefully that dream ain't an illusion, but that's something that you got to come into discernment with on your own. But for the most part, if you know what I'm saying, this is not being afraid to broadcast what it is that you be dreaming about, or your dreams and your creativity, you know what I'm saying? A highly creative energy for you. If you take that opportunity, you know, and allow it to be, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how it be sometimes. Sometimes we don't allow ourselves to be great. Sometimes we keep things shrouded. And, you know, I know being a Scorpio rising especially, you know, we deal with that a lot, you know, just not knowing having to learn what to express and what to keep actually hidden, you know what I'm saying? What to keep for ourselves and what to actually express. So, you know, I get that back and forth. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying, we're going to go ahead and start picking these cards. So we're going to start off with the second house principle, which is just kind of looking at what we need to value at the moment and the current circumstance we've settled ourselves in, we've secured ourselves in. So let's see what's going on with that, what we need to be paying attention to. Yeah. I know y'all probably, look, I feel it. When I said Scorpio and then validation in the same sentence, motherfucker, like, what? But it's not like that, but it is like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't want to admit you niggas be sensitive. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's all good. You know. You know, it's not about searching for the validation, but we all, on some level, we all want to be, you know, we all want to be able to be ourselves, you know what I'm saying? And it's not so much validation, but just being able to be ourselves around people. And that's why Scorpios type energy be so quiet and so behind closed doors, because it's like you can't just let everybody know everything, because that vulnerability is like, that's where the validation is wanted. I feel like all signs really got some area of life that they want validation or feel as though they need validation from, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a uncommon thing. We all deal with it, but you know, I'll go into that on my other channel. But y'all be funny in the comments. I'll be like, y'all be acting brand new, like, nah, I don't feel like I be peeping. But nah, y'all be fucking with it, so I appreciate y'all for real. I'm just messing with y'all. Let's see what's going on. Damn, a little fallout. Okay. Little fallout, maybe a little scattered when it comes to your values. But nah, I feel like that was more so me. I don't feel like that was y'all. Cool, we got one. So valuing, okay, this is 7 of water. So, you know, valuing a higher thought about an emotion, or these like raindrops. I feel like when I see raindrops, it's like emotions in movement, or emotions in motion. But for the most part, it's like 7. Like, so there's 7 to me is like an intuition type of number. You know what I'm saying? It's an intuition type card, type vibe I'm getting from this card. It's like, you know what I'm saying, value your higher message, or that intuition you got. Value your intuition. You feel some kind of way about something, so there's a reason why, you know what I'm saying, you going about things in the way you are. It's like, you know, you on your path to build your dreams. You know you on a certain path. So allow that intuition to continue to guide you, you know what I'm saying? And I was going to speak too about, you know, how your second house lord is in the 4th, to keep things private. I was going to say, you know why you moving in the way you moving. Now, I know that, like I said, that that house lords ain't necessarily a direct influence, so you might not be coming to that conclusion, but for the most part, it's like your intuition is telling you how to move in general already. So, you know what I'm saying, value that. Value kind of how you feel, and trust in your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I also get like trust is a word that keep popping up in my mind. It's like trust those feelings, trust that intuition. Yeah, trust that shit. Trust that shit for the most part, you know what I'm saying? Trust that shit. Don't allow that shit to kind of just go over your head. You know what I'm saying? You getting that message for a reason, so allow that to be what it is. Let's see what's up. What you need to organize, criticize, or adjust in order to continue to manifest positive outcomes for yourself. Let's see, 6th house. Ooh, that wanted to come out, but didn't quite make the cut. Yeah. I feel like this is an intuitive sign for y'all anyway, because you know you got the sun transiting your 12th house right now, so the sun already putting you in those Piscean vibes, those vibes that have to deal with, you know, intuition and doing things in that kind of manner. But right here, so what you need to analyze, criticize, or adjust, giving grant support in the form of material. So this is the King of Earth. So for the King of Earth, this is giving grant support, but in the material sense or in the practical sense. So, but this is what you need to organize. So you need to organize ways in which you can give practical grant support to, whether it be your dreams or it be like basically, if I'm looking at these two cards, it's like I said, your intuition is leading you down a path, right? And that path is like it's like those are like the messages being poured onto you. Those are the influences, and like it's leading you on a path. Now, during that path, what you need to organize is ways to give grant support to that path, aka make it feasible for that intuition to play out. And like basically this be the process where you're already co-creating with the universe. So this is a situation where it's not that you have to go out your way to do much, but it's just when it comes, just like how we was talking about your second house having those mistakes, utilizing those mistakes to start to construct a better sense of how to make whatever it is that you going on, that path you're going on, more realistic for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that Scorpio energy is 180 degrees away from that Taurus energy, and that Taurus energy is like being stable and fixing something. Sometimes now the Scorpio energy lesson in this life always is to, it's like kind of like when you look at the two, you'll think the Scorpio going out its way to do things in a more difficult way. But a lot of times that it's like Scorpios be doing things based upon what's going on beneath the surface, and for the name of truth, you know what I'm saying? So it'd be certain things that a Scorpio can come to the conclusion to do that a Taurus might not make sense at all, and would actually make a Taurus highly uncomfortable, because to a Taurus it's all about stability. But Scorpios understand risk and understand that life ain't about all what's secure, and a lot of things that are secure don't even scratch the surface. So things that don't scratch the surface start to not appeal to the Scorpio. Scorpio wants more out of that. They want more of a passionate, more of a truth about it. And that truth sometimes comes with a harder experience, a harsher experience. But that in and of itself is the thrill of the experience. It's the thrill of the, you know what I'm saying, not being afraid of death, going through the transformation and coming out new. You know what I'm saying? But there's so much life in that, you know what I'm saying, that's the conclusion they come to. But for the most part, it's like as you're going through these many deaths and you're, you know, in your sixth house with Chiron there, because Chiron gonna put you through the mistakes that force you to kind of change how you make sense out of the situation. These different experiences are all going to be able to be contributed to you having a better sense of how to give grant support and in the framework of making it more practical. And this could be either to another person or to yourself, as far as how you want to structure your business, giving grant support to what you're working on, because it's a sixth house card, and this is what you need to organize in your life. You know what I'm saying? Your ability to do this, or your ability to be aware of the areas that need grant support when it comes to Earth, aka you doing different things, but paying attention to what it is that you be doing that needs a little more of a routine and schedule, needs a little bit more consistency, things that need a little bit more structure, and being able to offer that to yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's just as important as being able to offer it to someone else. It really starts with with you first, you know. And then with the sixth house lord and the 12th, it's the perfect energy to apply to your dreams. You know what I'm saying? So now we're gonna be looking at what to take action on as far as the 10th house principle for yourself. For yourself. For yourself. See what's going on. Man, I feel like I've been shuffling all day. All right, taking action on giving grant support as far as feelings. So this is in your 10th house. So really off the bat, like you got a lot of water and fire going on. I mean, water and earth going on. So this is what we started with. You know what I'm saying? We started with that intuition. Intuition is leading us on a path to make more sense out of what we're doing, making more sense out of what we're working on. You know what I'm saying? Give more grand support in the form of making it more feasible, making it more realistic, earth energy when it comes to what we're working on. And then what we need to take action on is, though, connecting that feeling along with it. Now, that might not be hard, but what might be hard is making sure it's the grand support of feeling in the right area, you know what I'm saying? And it's giving grand support. So, you know what I'm saying, either pouring in onto yourself, like we was just talking about, pouring on, was that this reading? I think it was in the beginning of this reading, we was talking about pouring into things, you know what I'm saying? So, it's an opportunity dealing with whatever it is that you, as far as like, so when it comes to your business, it's like, that's the call to action, is that you just need to be giving more grant support in the form of feeling as well to the same thing that you giving grant support in terms of earth energy, you know what I'm saying? So the earth energy helping you practicalize it, making it realistic. The water energy is going to help you fill it up, you know what I'm saying? So fulfill it. That grand support of earth is giving you the structure for it, and this water can sit right into it. But, you know, it's the giving of that grand support in the form of water. So this might even, you know what I'm saying, a lot of these I've been kind of making it more selfish, but for the most part, this could actually be you being able to help other people with their dreams, or helping other people with their business, or maybe in a way you showing up for others, right? Able to offer grand support in the form of emotion to others might be a form in which you can help your dreams out. It's like basically using your platform to help somebody else connect to a different audience, or connect to their audience, you know what I'm saying? Kind of, and then, you know, just the energy being a Libra in general, you know, teamwork, there's a lot of teamwork make the dream work type energy going on. So, you know what I'm saying, that might be something you want to keep in mind, not to be too selfish about certain things. And then even with your second house, the Lord being in the fourth house, that could be a form of you actually getting closer to different individuals when it comes to the people, places, and things involved with what you value and things of that nature, making it a more private connection, or a stronger connection back to supported by care and nurturing energy. And when it comes to mine, it's kind of like connected to your audience and finding ways to more so connect to them on a personal level, you know what I'm saying, or an emotional level. So when it comes to your business, that's kind of what I'm getting for this as well. You know, when it comes to your platform and how you broadcasting yourself in a way where you can maybe be a little more, not necessarily concerning, but, you know, just have a little more grand support as far as like emotions, like something that people can connect to. So that should be maybe the kind of content you should be considering. Like, what can I create that can help, that can connect with people on that kind of level? You know what I'm saying? What can I create that can offer a certain feeling, you know what I'm saying, a certain vibration that people can either, you know, that people can feel me through, you know what I'm saying? And that'll be your grand support that you offering as far as this. So let's talk about the conclusion. That came out real fast. So I got this. I was like seeing if I needed to shuffle again, but like, because this popped out pretty quick. But for the most part, I feel like, nah, this is the conclusion as well. So with the 7, like I said, I was explaining how the number 7 is very sharp, and when it's in air, it's almost like direct hits. It's like direct, you know what I'm saying? And so even the picture is these like paper airplanes, and it's like going at it's like everything very, very sharp around this card. So this is, to me, is having a direct way of communication, or a direct line of communication, in the sense of being able to be more intellectually sharp when it comes to whatever message you're trying to spread, because 7 is also the messenger. So, you know, I feel like in this case, you're the messenger. You putting yourself in a position where you could actually be the messenger, because your message is, first of all, you had deep emotions, right? You had emotions that led you on. You had certain intuitions that came as insight, and you made sense out of this insight. And then you turn that insight into something that could be offered as far as a form of connection. And now you have a very sharp and definite message that can connect, that can reach people. You know what I'm saying? 7 is like reach. air is reach. You know what I'm saying? You can reach people through the medium, you know what I'm saying, through whatever medium it is that you utilizing for your business. So, you know what I'm saying, you can become the messenger. It's like your conclusion is becoming a messenger in a sense, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's something to keep in mind, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I'm getting for your card pull, you know what I'm saying? You had this intuition, and it's interesting how it starts with a 7, in the middle is 2 kings, and then at the end is a 7 too. That's kind of like dope, like, you know what I'm saying? You is kind of organized as far as what you want to do. You got the idea, you got the right idea, you got the right feeling, you following the right intuition. It's just the process of making it real, and then seeing ways in which you can connect that realness, you know what I'm saying, connect that realness, and through that process, you automatically gonna come to the conclusion of how to make that message more sharp and direct, and it's gonna hit your target every time, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna hit the target every time, and it's gonna be able to travel, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be able to travel and shit. Yeah, it's gonna be able to travel and shit like that very far, you know. But yeah, so hopefully this was helpful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.